India's Prime Minister Modi is in Srinagar of Jammu and Kashmir. This is his first visit to the valley after the abrogation of Article 370 that happened in 2019. The Prime Minister is addressing a rally at the Bakshi Stadium in Srinagar. He has also announced a slew of projects ranging from agriculture to tourism. The Prime Minister has inaugurated the Integrated Development Project at Hazrat Bal Shrine. In new details emerging in the Bengaluru cafe blast case, the suspect reportedly visited the Rameshwaram Cafe Road many times before the bombing. Top sources in the Municipal Transport Corporation shared key revelations with WION's sister channel. A close shave for President Volodymyr Zelensky and Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis on the front lines of the Ukraine war. A Russian missile detonated mere hundreds of feet away from the meeting between both leaders during a visit to the Black Sea port of Odessa on Wednesday. Earlier in the morning, Ukrainian Air Force issued a ballistic missile threat alert across the region. The Ukrainian Navy has claimed that this incident marks the closest encounter for the Ukrainian president. The Russian Defense Ministry further confirmed the attack, stating that the strike, which was aimed at neutralizing a Ukrainian hangar for naval drones, successfully achieved its goal. As claimed by a Ukrainian naval commander during the Greek Prime Minister's tour, Russia has launched over 880 attack drones and over 170 missiles towards Ukraine. At least 5 people died after a single-engine airplane crashed beside a highway in Nashville on Tuesday. In a post on social media, police said that the plane crashed off the eastbound lanes past the Charlotte Pike exit, adding that work was ongoing to determine from where the plane originated. The Canadian family of 5 that died in the airplane crash in West Nashville have now been positively identified. A group protesting the disappearance of 43 students in Mexico in 2014 knocked down a door to the country's presidential palace. The protesters rammed down the door using a pickup truck from Mexico's state electrical company, while Obrador was giving his daily morning press conference inside. Police at the scene used tear gas to disperse the group, and law enforcement erected barriers within the palace to keep the protesters from penetrating into the building. More than 100 protesters remained camped outside the palace. Local media reported that some involved in the smashing of the door had been arrested. Obrador said that he was not going to repress the protest and that the government would continue to investigate the case of the missing students. The violence and gunshot continue between armed forces and criminal gangs in Haiti. The United States has urged Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry to carry out the transition in order to pave way for free and fair elections. The United States State Department spokesperson said that the violence has dramatically escalated in the Caribbean nation. He further said that an empowered and inclusive governance structure will help the country to prepare for a multinational security support mission and pave the way for free and fair polls. He further declined to give details on the whereabouts of Henry, who remains outside the country and landed on Tuesday in the U.S. territory of Puerto Rico after traveling to Kenya. A missile attack by Houthi rebels on a commercial ship in the Gulf of Aden on Wednesday killed 3 of its crew members and forced survivors to abandon the vessel. It was the first fatal strike in a campaign of assaults by the Iranian-backed group over Israel's war on Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The attack on the Barbados-flagged Liberian-owned carrier True Confidence further escalates the conflict on a key maritime route linking Asia and West Asia to Europe. The Houthis have launched attacks since November, and the United States began an airstrike campaign in January this year that so far has not halted any of the attacks. The European Union Humanitarian Aid Commissioner visited the Jalzoun UNRWA refugee camp located in West Bank's Ramallah. The EU Commission said last week it would pay $54 million to the beleaguered UN agency but hold back $30 million while it deals with Israeli allegations that 12 staff members participated in the October 7th attack by Hamas on the Israeli soil. The Commission also said that it would increase overall aid to Palestinians in order to help civilians facing terrible conditions due to the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. The UNRWA provides aid and basic services in the Gaza Strip and elsewhere in West Asia. Israel alleged that 12 of its 13,000 staff members were involved in the attack by Hamas, during which the militants killed 1,200 people and captured over 250 hostages who remain, part of which inside Gaza. South Africa has asked the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, to order additional emergency measures against Israel, which it says is breaching the measures already in place. In January, the International Court of Justice ordered Israel to refrain from any acts that could fall under the Genocide Convention and to ensure that its troops commit no genocidal acts against Palestinian civilians, after South Africa accused Israel of state-led genocide in the Gaza Strip. Israel and its Western allies have described the allegations of genocide as baseless. In an annual and wide-ranging discussion, the Chinese foreign minister struck a relatively measured tone as he covered ties with Russia and the Ukraine conflict. Wang Yi spoke on the war in Gaza and Beijing's relations with Washington, D.C. The minister stated that those who play with fire over Taiwan will get burned. Wang Yi insisted that China has always maintained an objective and fair stance on the Ukraine conflict, emphasizing that Beijing continues to insist on promoting peace. He said, and I'm quoting him, "Everything we have done is aimed at one goal, paving the way and building bridges for ceasing hostilities and conducting peace talks." North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has issued orders of heightened readiness for the war. In North Korea's western region, Kim visited a major military base and inspected the field training of North Korean troops. The images of Kim's inspection and visit were shared by state media outlet KRT. The North Korean leader's visit to the military camp comes at a time when the armed forces of both the United States and South Korea have begun annual joint military exercises with twice the strength of troops. According to state media KRT, Kim also said that the military must dynamically usher in a new heyday of intensifying the war preparations in line with the requirements of the prevailing situation. The cases of dengue continues to increase in Brazil, posing a huge challenge to the South American nation's vaccination plans. According to the South American Health Ministry, Brazil reached 1 million cases of dengue fever in 2024, registering 214 confirmed deaths. Brazil currently faces over other challenges contributing to the surge in dengue cases, such as climate change, rising temperatures. Heavy snow and rain hit parts of Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan province on Wednesday. Pakistan's weather department forecast rain, thunderstorms and snowfall over hilly areas in isolated parts of northern and southwestern Balochistan, as well as in provinces of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Upper Punjab and Gilgit-Baltistan. Newly appointed Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has also announced a relief package for the people who are affected by the rains in Balochistan. On the social media platform X, the government of Pakistan posted the images of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif distributing relief packages to affected people in the city of Gwadar. Now in Thailand, more than 10 million people required treatment for pollution-related health problems last year. A government agency has warned that the country must do more to tackle air pollution. From 1.3 million in the first 9 weeks of 2023, the number of people seeking treatment for pollution-related illnesses increased to 1.6 million. Thailand has a population of about 72 million. And during the beginning of this year, Thailand has already seen a jump in cases of pollution-related diseases compared to the previous year. The figures include patients with conditions such as chronic bronchitis, lung cancer, asthma, and heart diseases. The situation in Thailand serves as a stark reminder of the broader global struggle against environmental degradation and its profound impact on public health. The entire world is dealing with the issue of plastic pollution, but in Kenya's Mombasa, a local startup named Twende Green EcoCycle has taken the initiative for recycling the ocean waste into school furniture for local children. Founded in January of 2023, the project buys and collects plastic waste from the beaches, and later the collected waste is recycled into sustainable school furniture such as desks and chairs. The initiative began with the aim of solving the problem of marine plastic waste on the Kenyan coastline and promoting sustainable education. According to a recent report published by the Worldwide Fund for Nature, that's WWF, low-income nations are worst affected by plastic pollution. Artificial intelligence-powered image creation tools are at the center of concerns over potential election disinformation. Researchers from the Center for Countering Digital Hate have revealed that AI tools, including those from OpenAI and Microsoft, could be exploited to generate photos fueling election-related falsehoods. Using generative AI tools, the research center created images depicting scenarios like US President Joe Biden in a hospital bed and election workers destroying voting machines. The generation of such images has raised alarms ahead of the upcoming US presidential election. The researchers tested various AI tools, including OpenAI's ChatGPT+, Microsoft's Image Creator, and Midjourney. All of these AI tools can produce images from text prompts. According to the report, the risk of AI-generated images being used as false evidence is highly likely, which could pose as a significant threat to the credibility of elections. Oil prices did not change much on Thursday, even though good news came of China and the US. However, expectations that US interest rate cuts could be delayed capped gains. Brent crude futures slipped 8 cents to $82.88 a barrel by 7:30 a.m. GMT, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures inched down 7 cents to $79.06 a barrel despite China's import and export growth beating estimates. Now, China's imports and exports are growing, which means that they are buying more oil. Also, oil stockpiles in the US did not grow as much as expected. However, investors are worried that the US Federal Reserve might wait longer than expected to lower interest rates, which will keep oil prices steady. Tesla said on Thursday it is quitting Australia's major auto lobby and resigning from its board, accusing the group of misleading consumers of the government's proposed fuel efficiency standards and the potential impact on car prices. In a letter addressed to Australia's Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries, Tesla said that the country's biggest auto industry body has repeatedly made claims that are demonstrably false. Now, Tesla says that this plan is good for the environment and won't hurt consumers. The current centre-left Labour government, which won power in the year 2022, plans to develop a fuel efficiency model aims to limit the average carbon emission of new vehicles sold from next year. Now, that could prompt manufacturers to send more EVs to Australia and further boost adoption, making them a more familiar sight on Aussie roads. Bankrupt crypto companies FTX and BlockFi have finally settled their disputes. FTX will pay about $874 million with $250 million prioritized. Now, this comes after both companies sued each other following their collapses in 2022. Now, the remaining amount depends on FTX's ability to repay its own customers first. BlockFi previously agreed to repay FTX's loan, but only after fully repaying its own customers, which is unlikely for interest-bearing account holders. And as part of the settlement, BlockFi dropped its lawsuit over Robinhood shares pledged as collateral. FTX's founder Sam Bankman-Fried, convicted of stealing from customers, is expected to appeal his convictions.